Hello there, If you're watching this, a keyboard is likely something you use pretty often, so you probably don't want it to be complete dog shit. If you want to get into mechanical keyboards, your choices are endless. That of course implies that there are plenty of traps to fall into. Thankfully, there exists this magnificent world of custom, more enthusiast keyboards, which is certainly the best way to go. But here's the thing, it can be pretty intimidating to get into. I'm glad to say that this is a void that some companies are finally trying to fill. I have for you today an example of one that I've been using as my daily driver for the last 2 months. It effortlessly punches above its weight, coming in at $60 or about 1,100 Rand for South Africans. This video is mostly going to be on the specific board, but I am going to sprinkle in some general information on mechanical keyboards throughout the video. This is the Mchose G75 PRO. It's a pretty compact 75% hot swappable 5-layer gasket mounted board with an 8000 mAh battery. It has Bluetooth 5 but also comes with a 2.4 GHz dongle that tucks neatly into the chassis. A little wordy, but more on that later. For those that know, you already know, so you don't need me to tell you. But if I missed something, please feel free to drop it down in the comment section. And quick note, I'm not being sponsored for this video in any way at all. Moo, yeah. The shell itself is built from a sturdy plastic with a smooth matte-like finish. On this black that I have here, it's a bit fingerprint prone. If that is a problem for you, there is a white base that I assume would handle that better. Not that you would be handling it much anyway, but a simple wipe cleans it up with minimal effort. The whole thing is put together pretty tight with little creaking under pressure, and is weighed down with this mirror finished metal counterweight. There's these 2-stage flippy boys so you can get a steeper typing angle without it being a slippy boy. As I mentioned earlier, the wireless dingle dongle stores inside the chassis, hidden behind this lovely branded magnetic tab, which if you're not fond of, you can flip it and have it face the other way for a clean slate. For the keycaps, there's a variety of cherry style keycap sets to select from. I can only be sure about this one here, but they claim to be double shot PBT. PBT is a strong plastic that refrains from becoming shiny over extended use, unlike ABS, the other common type of keycap. And double shot implies that the legends are a part of that keycap and won't rub or chip off over that extended use. Very good. Under the keycaps, we can see that the LED diodes are south-facing, which is perfect for shining through these side-printed keycaps, and will also look fuller with the ones that have the legends printed on the top. The caps lock key also has an LED indicator set into the board on the left. You can configure it quite reasonably with the web-based software provided by Mchose or on the board itself. Function plus up and down arrow controls the backlight. Function plus left and right arrow alters the speed of the current mode. Function plus pipe cycles through the backlight mode. Function plus equals switches the backlight color. Function plus 1, 2, 3 switches between the different Bluetooth devices that are connected. And finally, if you want to switch it between Windows and Mac mode, simply hit function A for Windows or function S for Mac. I'll leave the link to the function card in the description below if you want further information. If you don't already know, there are 3 primary types of mechanical switches. There is clicky, tactile, and linear. Clicky has a tactile bump that is accompanied by a clicky sound when the switch is depressed. Tactile has that bump without the clicky sound, and linear has neither, it simply bottoms out. There's 3 options that you can get directly from Mchose, and all of them are linear. If you don't like linear, the board does support hot swap for both 3 and 5 pin switches, which covers pretty much any common switch that you'd like to drop in. In this board particularly, we have the ever silky Matcha Latte V2s that come gently factory lubed. Typing with them is a buttery smooth experience, especially with this gasket design. Its flex is limited, but it is still softer than most keyboards when bottoming out, and I feel like the sound speaks for itself. After daily driving this keyboard for 2 months, I have to say I really have to nitpick to find things I don't like. For one, when I was testing Bluetooth connectivity with my iPad, it just kept crapping out for some reason. Although I haven't been able to replicate this on camera, so I'm pretty sure it's more of an isolated issue. Lastly, the stabilizers are on the weaker side, and it may be more of a user error thing, as over time I've gotten used to it and it doesn't bother me at all anymore. But I found that I would occasionally trigger left shift on accident quite often when playing games. It's only really been a bother in a game like Marvel Rivals, where you have an ability tied to that key. A board like this is simple in the best way possible. It provides you with everything you need to get your feet wet in future experimentation as your tastes change, while coming out the box with a foundation that sets a tough benchmark to beat at its price point. I've personally spent more on boards that cannot even hope to hold a candle to this. I'd like to reiterate that I am in no way sponsored for this video at all, although I would like to give a round of applause to Mchose for dropping this product. I feel like it's getting ridiculously difficult to be in the PC world right now. Components are getting ridiculously expensive, so a product like this is just a breath of fresh air. This is pure value. You deserve this.